Wrecker, you want to maybe try Hunter? And Breezy's...
He's not in Discord. Or, I mean, he's in a different channel. Okay, going with Paladin Parnell again. Electro Griffin. Blitz Markov. Very, very high damage team. So, I think that this group... What's going on? No worries, Dad. They have a list of people that they wanted to try out, but this was kind of thrown together at the last minute last night. If I don't see the selections, I will back up, and then we'll go ahead and back in. I want to make sure everyone has time to pick their character and their perks. I just backed up because I didn't think everyone would have enough time to pick perks, and I didn't want to rush through that. So we'll go ahead and start it back up.
Right. Sounds good.
No worries, Dad. Oh my gosh, my freaking throat is killing me. I do apologize if I don't talk too much. I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose my voice today. My kids got sick a couple of days ago, so I stocked up on orange juice and basically flooded my system with vitamin C to help prevent me getting sick. Unfortunately, last night, about 30 minutes before I went to bed...
Breezy can hear us in Discord, so I think it's better that we use the in-game.
Yeah, let me go ahead and swap Breezy down the channel so you guys can use Discord.
Okay, cool. So then we'll use Discord.
Yep, welcome back, Wrecker, and let me go ahead and move Breezy. There you go. So you can use either in-game or Discord.
So, Wrecker, you want to stick with Paladin Parnell? Or you have any other medic?
Honestly, I haven't tried him as much. The other one I typically play is normal Val or Slim. I don't really like Slim as much, though. I can go either way.
We could go Val. Val Hank, if you don't mind. Or Val Sunny. Val Sunny.
I'm good with that.
Val Sunny without a Griffin. That's unusual and unorthodox, but only because usually these people want to excel on the chase and having a Griffin instead of a Maggie. But Maggie is arguably better in a dome. If you know where to put your things. Not right now, Swags. This is not my team. I'm just helping coaching them. Right now, they're just kind of... Like, this was thrown together last minute, kind of last night. So I'm just basically helping them get their footing right now. But I appreciate the offer.
Sorry about that. I forgot what perks I had to take for Sunny.
So the big thing with regards to this composition is, generally speaking, it's usually better to go after Val in this comp. Val and Sunny is debatable, like, on who you go after. Usually whenever I engage a team with the two of them, I go after Val first because she is kind of the better target to go after. And if I find that she's really hard to kill because the jetpack boost is on point and her healing boost and roaching skills are on point, I'll go after Sunny, and then I basically wage after that engagement which one is the weaker at dodging and go after that person next. All things being equal, though, Val's better to go after, in my opinion, in this matchup. Because Val's heal can be really, really, really good. Okay, let's go ahead and see Breezy's food pattern. Ooh. And you got the Toad. Awesome. Leap smash it. Charge it. Perfect. Rock. If you can charge and do a melee hit, it's slightly faster, but like that's ridiculous. Oh, why? Whoa. Why here? I think this slows you down a little too much. Hunters land in about 1 second. Yeah, so they're on the ground. Normally you want to be at least this kind of distance. I mean, it's not bad per se, but it's definitely a different kind of feeding route going after the grubs. I do like how some of the hunters are cutting off this way and some are heading this way. That's what you want to do. You go find the monster, the general direction. You want to cut at like 45, 50 degree angles. Maybe sharper if the monster's really far away.
Okay, I'll stick with assault.
Okay, so still about a quarter of the way to evolving. The time shows that this feeding route is a little subpar. It's not terrible, but the big thing though is you're going to get domed and you're not ready to evolve immediately afterwards. Especially against a Sunny Val composition, that can be really, really, really bad.
On my way.
Oh, where's Sunny? Oh no, Sunny's far away. That was a really, like, if you know the monster is in a corner, wait for the monster to come out.
There's a drone here. Oh shit.
Oh, Val's about to go down. Yep, there goes Val. You definitely can't just rush people into a dome situation like that, because otherwise people are going to have no jetpack and the monster's going to capitalize on it. There's a rock throw. Oh, support all by herself over here. Monster probably could have just gotten a quick strike on her. And the monster now just mitigating for the last 30 seconds, it looks like. Probably could have stopped to try and eat. Or at least channel armor. One thing to know about rock throw and the drone is that most of the damage is on the splash end for regular Goliath. And so drone actually will cover up the small damage first. Half a bar of health. One thing I would recommend for Breezy is when you know the dome's about to go down, make sure you're closer to the edge. Granted, they don't have a Griffin, but if they did, a Val, Sunny, Griffin composition would have been able to be on your tail for a very, very long period of time. So he does have to stop and eat because he wasn't ready to evolve. That is going to buy a little bit of time, and it might not sound like it. Terry needs his mic. He can't stop him.
There we go.
I mean, yeah, I know this is not a true tournament game or anything like that, but I feel that anybody that doesn't have a microphone, if you really, really, really want to be
I was
competitive,
just
you
too
have to have
late
a microphone.
with my shoe burst. I wanted to make sure I was close enough, but yeah.
The monster has evolved.
So Monster still has 15 seconds, which means he should have enough time to get to the other side of the map. Instead, he went and herded himself over here. Now he's going to get domed. Granted, it's not bad being domed in stage 2, but a lot of times how ideally it works, you get domed at stage 1, ready to evolve, go to the other side of the map, go ahead and evolve. They should be close, but you have 30 seconds, so you eat food here, and then your last 15-20 seconds, you spend going up and over the hunters, and then go back to the other side of the map, and then you should have a good amount of time to be able to eat up and not have to be worried about domes. So, Medic being focused again. Again, try and focus on staying on the high ground.
The drone is here, the drone is there.
Nice. She is going to have a little bit of a problem, though. Drone goes down, buys Medic a little bit. Where's the jetpack boost? Medic went down the wrong side, and so if the monster ever picks up a rock, you want to jump around terrain. You never want to climb up. Otherwise, you're just going to eat a face full of rock. After that, the big thing is that they split up between support and medic lost sight of each other. You don't want to be standing next to each other, but you definitely don't want... Yeah, see, assault should be up here on this rock. That way he doesn't have to move around and should be doing full damage. And I would like to see the turrets more around corners. On the lips is pretty good against average monsters, but against good monsters, it's better to put it around corners where the monster is trying to chase somebody around.
Stay with him on the side.
Nice rock throw burst. Block. Bar and a bit of health for another strike. The monster's still in a very commanding position right now. I kind of wish that they stayed with the same rotation before, because this monster is different than the others, or than the other one.
Take the buff for us.
And so, remember, you always want to keep variables down in a matchup when you can. One thing though is that the damage on this team is lacking.
Terry, you want to go?
I mean, you're never not going to get strikes unless you just play really, really well, or the or monster does really, really bad. Monster is going to get the Toxic Hound perk, which is actually a pretty decent perk for Goliath, to be honest.
Terry, just in case.
But that's right, I'm not looking at perks just yet. But for 2 strikes from the medic, the monster should have suffered a lot more health damage. Especially with the Parnell on the team. I think it was just that Sunny... Oh, and the monster's going to get domed again.
Going for you.
Yep. Now remember, when the monster is in a back area, if you chase it, it's going to jump over you. You don't really chase until the dome is ready, and you can actually dome a monster in that back area. Hey, good game, Hank. How's it going?
Yeah, should we get damage increase, Sledge? Yeah, we're not in the right position. Yeah.
So I guess they're going to go ahead and deny the monster the damage increase buff. Not a bad idea. If the monster was better with his feeding route, though, they wouldn't have.
If we set up around the pillar, we could make it.
I'm not focusing on perks right now, Stad. I will eventually with this team, but right now I'm not concerned about their perks right now. Because right now it's more about general fixing up of stuff. Perks are basically fine-tuning at that point.
Just in case, I put a Joan out.
The monster has evolved.
Especially because they don't even know what the team
Everybody got
roster
damage
is.
increase?
The relay is vulnerable.
Yeah, okay, that's better.
Get in range.
Okay, let's go to the pillar.
Relay shield.
So it's interesting, having 1 point in Fire Breath is not a bad idea, but I might do 2 just because you have both Maggie and a drone to take care of, and a 2-point Fire Breath on regular Goliath is a little bit better than having an extra point in one of the other abilities.
It's coming.
Probably. There's no heals coming into the assault. So this is a bad place. They're all on the same floor, ground level as Goliath, which is not what you want to be. Assault's about to go down here. Medic took a long time to get there, and the medic was moving around too much and blocked line of sight issues. Yeah. Hey Hawk, how's it going? So it looks like the monster is going for the kill, which is acceptable because, I mean, it is the assault. I don't think Parnell on the ground is shooting with his pistol. Absolutely never not shoot your pistol. Pistols do a pretty significant, decent amount of damage. And got knocked down into the pit. This is probably going to be the death for JT. Oh, don't go back down. Like, unless you're roaching, you never want to go down off of a ledge. Oh, Sunny's going to get focused now. shield burst just in time. There's that. And one more hit. Yep, and there we go.
Hunter down.
So now with Sunny out of the picture, Monster probably going to go, probably could just go for a couple of quick, easy strikes on a few people, and then skedaddle. But it looks like that he's waiting to finish. Now you are going to probably get one strike. Against a good team, 30 seconds. Most likely you'll get one strike if that. But then the rest of the team will be there, and then you're going to have no armor. So you have to be really careful about that.
Hunter returned to
Oh, eat the bodies. Oh, eat the body. Oh, eating the body is a lot more important than chasing this person. You're not going to finish them in 10 seconds anyway, and you're going to need more armor. Against good teams. I mean, right now the monster is obviously going to win, but you always want to be careful about overcommitting or not being ready for the next engagement. I'm glad you're doing fine, Hawk.
Come towards me. Shit. Around the corner. If you can.
Back boost. Whee,
Go
there we
up,
go.
go up.
Nice. Some pretty decent roaching skill now. Just went too far down. You never want to be on the ground floor. Go up and down a ledge if you can. And obviously you're going to get sometimes you get charged. And there goes the medic. And so that is most likely going to be GG. 2 minutes for the dropship timer. Monster has so much health right now that he can afford just taking his time and just wrapping things up. Sorry, good game, Hank. I wish I could get partnered as well.
Come close to me for another shooter.
Be careful about where those harpoons are being placed, Sledge. You don't want to put them all in the same spot. You never want the monster to destroy 3 harpoon traps with one swipe. Yeah, like that. Like stagger them out
Yeah,
of
it's
it.
GG at this point.
Oh, is she going to get it wrong? Oh my good job. Oh.
Hunter down.
Good attempt.
Monster wins.
GG. So is this the rotation we want to keep trying, or are you just kind of just filling more games and then rotating people in and out?
Well, I have to go, so I'm not sure how things are going to go now. I've asked Atrinoch and a couple others, but I don't think they're online. Neither was Explosion Incorporated. I wish there were more people online.
Okay, no worries. Let me go ahead and back up real quick then.
Maybe MaddCow, if you could be Monster. Yeah.
Sledge, what do you think?
Can stay here.
Okay, so you can stay, but it sounds like everyone else is going. So do you guys want to do one more game then, or what would you like to do? Because right now I'm kind of holding back from a lot of the debriefing critique, mostly because I wanted to just churn out games just to get you guys working together, kind of a thing, and see what goes from there.
Do one more.
Okay. So is everyone able to do one more, or?
Well, I gotta go, actually. I don't think I'll be able to do one more.
So do you have time to do whatever debriefing there is now before he's got to run?
Yeah. So the big thing is that you definitely need to, both Monster and Hunter need to learn feeding routes. I'm going to be a little bit nice just because, again, I don't think that this is the team lineup. So I'm not going to be as harsh because, you know, some people playing Medic are just kind of playing Medic for the sake of filling that spot. But for the most part, overall generalities, both Monster and Hunter need to learn feeding routes. So if the Monster goes a particular feeding route, you should know within the first 10 seconds of landing and seeing the footprints, the general feeding route that the Monster is probably going to take, and then start cutting off immediately where he is most likely going to be. Ideally, and again, this is against really good monsters, against really good hunters. Ideally, there should be one dome when the monster is stage 1, full evolve bar. You dome him, you do some damage, might get some strikes, all that kind of stuff. From there, then the monster goes immediately to the other side of the map, starts eating or starts evolving, finishes the evolve, eats a little bit there, probably still has 20 to 30 seconds left on the clock. The hunters get close, the monster spends that 20-30 seconds to get back over the hunters to the other side of the map. He's stage 2, probably halfway through his evolution bar, and then another dome comes down. Whatever the outcome of that is, the monster gets away, repeat as necessary. So ideally, in a perfect scenario against super high level teams, the monster gets domed once at stage 1, once at stage 2, and that's all you've got. So you really have to make that count. Overall, the damage was really, really, really low. It's just a fact of nature. Chances are you're probably going to get a strike. But against good monsters, you have to be putting out more damage, like especially with Cabot. Like there was, I didn't hear a lot of communication, but it might have been in game, so I can't really critique that. So it's hard to tell from that. But the biggest thing is start learning feeding routes, both for the hunters and for the monsters. The hunters, they kind of work on their splits and their cuts a little bit better. Also, if the monster is in a corner, there is absolutely no reason to chase after him, especially if the dome is off cooldown or is on cooldown, because then you go and chase the monster, then the monster jumps over you, and then the dome is ready, but the monster's gone by then. So always just remember, if he's in a corner, you don't have to flush him out until the dome is ready, so that way you can at least capture him. Overall, the focus was pretty good. You were focusing the right characters as the monster. The hunters, I feel that you could work a little bit better on dodging and roaching a bit more. Especially against Goliath, there's never any reason to go to the ground floor or a ravine or a valley. Otherwise, Goliath will just leap smash onto you, charge you, and you'll rock throw you when you try and climb up. So you never want to be on the low ground. You want to jump from the top of pillars. Always stay on the high ground. I find way too many hunters stay on the low ground, and that's a really, really bad habit to be. There's very few monsters that you don't want to be on the high ground for. I'm trying to think. Those were the big ones that I noticed. But yeah, but in general, the big thing is just learning maps, learning feeding routes, and then when a dome does engage, find out where the best area to defend yourselves. Remember, the monster's on the clock. He's going to have to come to you. If the monster wants to run out 5 minutes on the clock, that's totally fine for the hunters. And so you guys that have the control in the domes. So the monster will be able to control where the dome lands, but the hunters control where the fight happens in the dome. So the monster's trying to make it as crappy as possible for the hunters in that dome, but the hunters try to make the best of that situation. Find a defensive position, make sure everyone's ready to engage, that you don't burn all of your fuel getting into there, and then you have no fuel to be able to heal or jetpack boost or anything else with that. In general, the assault and trapper are kind of like the bodyguards for the support and medic, because support and medic are usually 9 times out of 10 the correct targets that the monster is going to focus on. So they need to be well taken care of. Other than that, I think that's in general most of what I was going to say. By the way, Napalm, welcome to the herd.
Okay, sounds good. Terry Slitch, you guys going to be online tonight or tomorrow? Otherwise, we could, try this again.
Exactly, Terry. Exactly. And honestly, when a team first comes together, there'll probably be a good anywhere between 2 to 10 hours. And this is not even including tryouts. But once you have your team of 5, you really want to just rotate everyone through. Because, for instance, like when I was in Pushing Daisies, I started off as Trapper, then I went to Medic, then I went to Assault, then back to Trapper. Like, it took a long time before we actually found out where it was working. And even though I was a much better Trapper than the Trapper player, our team effectively was better when I played Assault and they were Trapper, even though I was a much better Trapper than them, because the other person sucked more on Assault than on Trapper. So again, rotation is going to happen, and it takes a while to figure that sweet spot of where you go.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I noticed that we're still having problems with. And
Farida,
we know Terry is
welcome to the herd. I appreciate
the
that
permanent
follow.
Trapper,
And
but
I
we're
hope you
still
enjoy your stay
figuring
here.
things out with Explosion, with how to do things with permanent class.
Precisely, yeah. Yeah, no problem, Breezy. And again, even if you're not specifically doing this group on Saturdays, I do coaching with the public viewers anyway. So definitely stop by. It's generally kind of geared more towards the intermediate because you guys will be the first team that I've done for a while. So everyone gets to see how when I'm in like official Coach Cal capacity instead of just, this is kind of the same simple things that I go over and over again.
I gotta go,
what
guys.
is a good resource
Sorry.
to learn the feeding routes, since you say that's the main thing we need to focus on?
The best thing to do is honestly watch the high-level players in tournaments and find where they go. Monsters do not, like, really, really good monsters. Like, even me, like, I picked out a feeding route, I don't know, probably, like, within a week of Stage 2, and I've only changed one map feeding route. Since then, monsters are very particular about their feeding route, and a lot of the high-level monster players know like the most efficient way where so there is still some, like, I would say like 5-10% RNG when it comes to what wildlife spawns in, but the locations will always be the same, and sometimes that extra 5% makes a difference. So I would definitely recommend watching tournament videos, or I'm going to post a link. I'm going to give it to Sledge. But there are certain people that I'd have you watch stream, and Sledge and JT can pass that out.
Sure.
All right, thank you.
Sorry, 1 second. Let me go ahead and get this out. No, not you. Ah. Hey Tigo, how's it going? Okay, so I sent both JT and Sledge. Sledge, I'm pretty sure, knows who this is. I'd be very surprised if either of you don't know who that player is. I don't necessarily specifically want to announce it on the stream, just because it is good to know that, if in competitive tournaments, you always want to find out information about your teammates. And when you're watching somebody else, I don't want the competitive team to know who you're watching, because that makes it doubly more effective to pay attention to that person. But this person, I highly recommend. Absolutely great streamer or YouTuber. Watch their videos, and you'll be able to learn quite a lot from them.
Awesome. I'll take a look at it when I got the time to do so.
Cool beans. Other than that, only game I have over 1,000 hours of playing. Yeah, I really like this game. And when you get to really high competitive levels, the game feels very, very different. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, good job overall. We'll start fine-tuning for roles. The biggest thing is finding out who your roster of 5 or 6 players are. After that, find out who the main monster will be. The main hunter team and what roles they're going to play is a little bit more fluid, but you definitely want to pick the monster and your final 5 or 6 players first, because that's going to be the most important thing, because you want a consistent monster to practice against over and over again.